Yo, what's up, gentlemen? We got Matthew here with the Fatherhood Encouragement Project. And we got Tim as always.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Hey, what's up, Matt?
What's up? How
Man,
you guys doing?
man, amazing. So look, let's get into it. Where are you from and what are you doing here?
Man. So I'm from Roanoke, Virginia, originally born and raised. That's where I'm at. And what I'm doing here, man, I'm trying to do it all. So we do the Fatherhood Encouragement Project. That's what we're doing. That's what we're trying to bring out. And
What is that?
so that started in Rockford, Illinois, and it is a big project that we're working with fathers on. It's an encouragement project for dads. It's basically a mentorship for dads, and because I'm a father, and I didn't have a dad, so it's for dads. It's an outlet. It's a resource for fathers, and sometimes it's a resource for fathers who don't even know that they need that part of the game or the life, right? And so yeah, it's a project. We have a bunch of things involved in it, and we're trying to make it grow and get bigger and bigger. It started 7 years ago in Rockford, Illinois, and man, it's just my guy Dan Petra. He's the founder, and he's been growing it on his own for 7 years, never taken a paycheck, still runs it.
Nice.
And they do a lot for the community. So it's about building stronger leaders, like what's on the hat we brought you. Stronger leaders. Stronger fathers, stronger communities, and stronger families, man.
And that's what we need, though. We really need that. And we talk about it all the time. We have to have people getting opportunities. We have to have people that are going to want to be part of things. But we don't know what we don't know. So
Right.
us as men, we go with opportunity.
Right.
So if one individual gives us an opportunity, whether it's laying brick or whatever the case may be, from music to anything. Oh, we got the NBA Jam. It's jamming.
It's jamming.
That's all I hear when the thing came off. So, but we need more people stepping up and being fathers. We need more people stepping up and being, and it just doesn't necessarily being a father. It has to be being a friend. You can be being a mother, or sister, or brother.
A positive role model.
A positive role model. Somebody that could show somebody that there's better opportunities
Absolutely.
out there.
Well, see, the thing is statistically, man, the majority of in and out of the prison system, in and out of crime, in and out of poverty, even, we are here to break a cycle, right? So it's our duty, it's our responsibility to give a better life to our children than we ever had. It's mine. That's how I feel about it.
Facts.
And so that's what the Fatherhood Encouragement Project's about as well, is teaching people who may not have seen anything other than, the hustle game or in and out of prison, or my dad's never here, to I don't have to be that way.
A lot of people that I grew up around believe that prison is a way of life.
Of course.
They believe that
They believe
making
that's some
it,
stripes.
Yeah, it's stripes. You know what I'm saying? People are shooting other people for stripes because that's what they believe is correct.
And where I was raised, same thing. Like I was one of the kids on the block who just had to prove himself every day. And my mom worked 3 jobs. My dad was in and out of prison my entire life.
Yeah.
I remember not having. That's one thing I really remember growing up, is not having. And
Not having
shit ever. And not having Christmases sometimes, not having food, not having lights or water or whatever it was. And so I remember, like, man, this sucks, but also saw something from it. So my mom's work ethic, right?
Yes.
So she worked 3 jobs. She was always working. She was too proud to take help. Like, that was what I always saw. So I'm like, okay. So at 9, I was paying bills. I was mowing grass in the neighborhood, paying water bills and light bills.
Yeah.
And so she really, that really instilled, like, okay, so we got to work for what we're getting. I got it. And so with that, that's what I'm trying to teach my daughter. That's what I'm trying to help this program, teach, because that's what they teach. We're a hand up, not a hand out.
Yes.
So that's really important for us.
Yeah.
We don't want you to, we don't want you to come to this if you're just looking for your handout.
Yeah.
We want you to come to this to want to take something from it, learn from us, grow from us, and be a stronger individual for yourself, for your family, for the community. And that's the big goal of this, is to get it out there and teach people who, like I said, you don't know what you don't know, like you said.
Yeah.
And teaching people how to grow as individuals, and teaching the people that are looking up to them, because you never know who's watching, whether it's your kid or someone else's. You never know who's watching.
Do you have resources and things that are set into place? So say, like, and I don't just mean like like a father, but I'm saying a young father, even if he's doesn't have kids necessarily, but somebody 18, 19, 20 getting out of jail and doesn't have those mentorships, doesn't have the individual. Do you have resources set that you can say, hey, I can get you a job here. I could help you out getting into this tech school. I could show you better ways. Do you sit down and actually...
Yeah. So that's the ultimate goal, man, is everyone from whether they're just getting out of jail, they're young fathers, or we have resources in place that, we teach them interviews skills. We teach them, if they don't have a suit, we'll go get you a suit.
Yeah,
things like that. We're going to teach you how to interview. We're going to teach you how to get a job.
Money management.
We have all of that. So we have a bunch of things where, it's a little more set in place. And I have some things like when we're, when we're talking with young guys who've never seen it. And sometimes, obviously, kids getting out of jail or something like that, they think their life's over. Well, that's not always the case, right? But they have to understand that it has to change with you first.
Yes.
So the first step we talk about is your mindset.
Yeah.
Mindset's important, right? So
very important.
We gotta if you don't want to change, it's not gonna change.
That's right.
If your mind
Facts.
says I still want to be out here, you're still gonna be out here.
Facts.
And so we talk about your mind. Are you done? Like, do you want to change something? What do you want? And at the end of the day, for me, it's growing up. It was either I'm going to follow in my dad's footsteps, my uncle's footsteps, jail, prison, in and out, whatever, or I got to change. I got to be the difference. And so with me, it was a no-brainer for me. It's like, man, I do not want this life.
Yeah, I'm done with it.
Yeah,
this shit sucks.
Yeah. So there's tons of resources. There's a lot that we do. Like I said, we build stronger fathers, stronger families, stronger communities, and so that just means all around. That's not just sitting here and saying, okay, we're going to talk to you and teach you how to get a job, so now you're a better person. We have to follow with you. We got to make sure, we got to hold you to some accountability. We got to make sure that you're really into this. We do everything from community services to, there's a ton of different programs we'll probably get into, but we really try to build not just the fathers up, but also the kids with the fathers to create that relationship. You're just getting out of prison. If my dad came to me when he just got out of prison, like, hey son, I'm like, get the hell out of my face, man. What are you talking about? I don't know you. You're not my dad.
Yeah,
so they think that they can just come in and get back into it. It doesn't work like that. Scars, they still hurt. They could be healed, but they still hurt. And so, we're trying to bridge that gap as well, as far as people getting out and reacclimating them and things like that.
One of the things that I struggled with when I did my incarceration, and I would get on the phone, and my mother had my kids while I was gone. The first time. Yeah, I went multiple times. Right. But the first time, my mother had them. And my mom would put me on the phone. I talked to them every day. I had that luxury of being able to contact them and talk to them anytime that I wanted to. And when I would get on the phone, my son would be acting up. My daughter would be acting up. And she'd be like, you need to talk to him. You need to talk to him. You need to talk to him. So, and that was one of the biggest challenges, because I'm like, what the fuck do I say? Right? Because number one, I haven't been a very good father. I went straight to the military and then went straight to prison, and that was my entire adult life. So, and I'm still in my 20s, and I didn't know which way to go. And you're telling me to discipline a child that I'm not even around, and I haven't been around for years. So by the time that I'm able to say something, I want to build a relationship with the children so that I could show them that, hey, I can do something different. And that's what we're doing now, but it took me till I'm 34 now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But during my 20s, I could call my stepdad, he lives out in Colorado, but it's not right there. So when I was 16, I was a man. You know what I'm saying? I was paying my bills, I had everything going. But when I said I was a man at 16, I was a man in opposed to what my area was.
Right.
My area, we looked up to drug dealers. We looked up to the gangbangers. We looked up to the ones with stripes. We looked up to the ones that, man, dude did 15 years in jail. Damn, he cool as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And not knowing that dude's a real piece of shit. He went for fucking robbing old ladies. What is wrong with you? Like, we're polluting the minds of our other individuals in our community by selling drugs. But, at the time, it's not that I didn't take a wrong path. It's just I didn't see another. I didn't have somebody telling me, hey, there's different opportunities out there. There's things that you can fucking do, And then when I joined the military, I was like, whoa, this is a crazy different life. I got to travel, got to meet new people and the whole night. And I'm like, I'm able to do what I want to do. But then they gave me idle hands. well, I could sell some weed still. I like weed. It's not that bad. Boom. That's still fucking illegal. So, you know.
Yeah, so that's the thing too, is that's what we're trying to do, man. We're trying to give the other option.
Yes.
So like you said, so someone really, close to me has said this to me one time. You are responsible for your children, right? And that doesn't just mean, okay, I gotta feed them, I gotta da-da-da, right?
Yeah.
With my shirt that I'm wearing,
Fatherhood changed me.
right? So how would I feel like, oh, it's cool back in the day to go rob or punch somebody in the face for no reason or act a fool, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's what we saw. That's what we're used to. But how would we feel if someone did that to our daughter or our son? What are we gonna go do to them?
Oh, yeah.
So now it's, for me, it's like, oh.
We're not breaking the cycle. We're
Yeah.
just creating it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now if someone
adding
does
to
that
it.
to us, it's like, so everything I think about is when we have an obligation, and that's the thing. People in that lifestyle, that's all they see, so they feel they're obligated to be a part of that life because one, they don't know any other difference, right?
Yeah.
Or they don't want to change it because then they're gonna look like a punk or
Yeah.
whatever. And
Yeah.
now it's like, yeah, but what are your kids gonna look like talking on the phone?
Yeah.
Or what are your kids gonna look like following the same cycle and saying, oh, that's what he did, so it's cool to do that thing.
Yeah.
Because whether you're there or not, they're
gonna
always
follow.
gonna look up to you.
Follow.
Like
Always.
I wanted my dad's approval more than anything, and he was never there in my life.
Yeah.
And I met him like 3 times, and like 2 memories of the guy ever. Right?
And the only thing you wanted to do is his approval.
Yeah, I wanted him to come to my football game.
Yeah.
A championship football game. when
Fucking cheer me on. Tell me you're proud of me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, this dude's garbage. Why would I even want a person like that in my life?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, I'm fully responsible for how my daughter is and reacts to things and what she sees as far as, okay, dad's dad was bad. She knows. I tell her straight up, she's 6 years old. She just turned 6 this past weekend. And I tell her straight up, she's like, your dad was a bad guy. She knows. She's like, that's why she's never met him. He died in prison on Christmas 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Good for him. She's like, why do you say that? You can't love someone you don't know, in my opinion. Like, I have love for the world.
And you
for
can't
people.
hate somebody you don't love.
Exactly. And so hate's too exhausting. I don't hate them. So I'll tell you one thing that I've really learned with like rolling this out is I've learned that I'm so thankful for the hatred that I had toward him. Like, man, it's the best thing I've ever had was hatred toward him, because it taught me everything to do being a dad. Because that was my biggest fear in life. I was so scared to be a dad because I'm like, I'm really gonna mess this damn kid up. Like, this kid is gonna be so messed up. But for me,
I said that since day one.
yeah, my hatred for my dad, he taught me how to love better because of the hatred toward him. I will
like
never do this to my kid. I will never be this, and I will always be this because he wasn't. So the hatred I had actually made me into a better dad. And so it's all how you look at it. Does life happen to you, or does life happen for you?
Well, life happens.
Right.
And if you're alive, it's fucking happening.
But here's the difference. So if I'm driving down the road and boom, I get a flat tire. Okay, man, you wouldn't believe what happened to me today. Everybody's heard someone say that. You wouldn't believe what happened to me today.
Yeah.
Man, you wouldn't believe what happened for me today.
Yeah.
Because maybe I blew a tire because the next intersection I was gonna get T-boned and die.
Amen.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
so my dad, people are like, oh, I'm sorry. Don't be sorry my dad wasn't in my life. Thanks. That
Yeah.
happened for me.
Hell yeah.
That's a great thing.
Yeah,
That is
dude.
a beautiful thing.
Go thank
Yeah.
me for my daughter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
so for me, it's just a mindset thing. And like, does life happen to you or for you?
Yeah.
And it's up to you to change the way you think on that. And it's up to you to fix it. And then also appreciate the hate. Like, I had a hatred for him for a long time. Forgiveness was for me, not for him.
Yeah.
He slept fine for 25 years.
Yeah.
In my life, I didn't see him. He slept just fine.
Yeah. Didn't care.
But for me, I was the one, in the football helmet crying because my dad wasn't there and everybody else's was.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, it's like, man, okay. I forgive him for me, not for him.
Yeah.
And I let it go. And once you let it go and say, you know what? Now I can appreciate why I hate him. Because it taught me so much through that hate. Hate's a terrible thing, but when you can learn from the hate and then
use it
grow
as
into
fuel?
something else, it's worth it.
So I got a question, right? And we talked about this. I think, I know we've all talked about this a few times, but I'm gonna bring it to you. Hear what you have to say about it. Okay, so we have, like you were saying, a lot of us grew up with nothing, not shit. You know, missing Christmases, missing birthdays, and things of that nature. A lot of time we had mac and cheese with hot dogs in it. That was a fucking luxury meal.
Yeah, that's a good meal.
You know, that's fire. Ramen noodles and ketchup.
Yeah. That's
but we grew up with shit. We grew up getting evicted. We grew up without
Plain
water.
loaf bread.
You know
Shout
what I'm
out to the
saying?
gang.
Yeah. Thank you, government cheese. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah.
It never melts.
Oh, it never melts, ever. But it's fire, dude. I could rip a chunk and just smash it. But here's my question. So we grew up, and that's where we gain our strengths. We gain our strengths through challenges and adversities we have to overcome. So we had to go without water, without food. We went without fucking iPhones and Xboxes and flat screens and fucking comfortable rides to school and fucking what do you want to listen to? Now, I remember we rode to school freezing balls. Right, and that was the time that we were late, so the parents had to take us. And we listened to commercials the entire way through. That wasn't nothing. I mean, it wasn't nothing to think about. You know what I'm saying? Us not having Jordans on our feet and nice clothes, everybody else in my neighborhood, ain't nobody else had that shit neither.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I seen rich or poor, because we never seen anybody that was different than us. We all passed around the same
Nobody was
shirts.
balling out like that.
Yeah, ain't nobody was balling out like that except for the drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? That was it. So here's my question. As we go through that and we go through our lives, we have all these adversities and struggles, but that's what makes us strong. That is what made us to where we were able to go out in the world when we became a man or of age or whatever the case may be, and actually be productive. Whether we fucked up something, we were still producing. Whether it's chaos or beauty, we were still producing something. And we were out in the world, and that's what made us strong. That's the reason why we're alive. That's the reason why we didn't break all the way down. You know?
That's why we're sitting right here.
It's why we're sitting right here. We made something of ourselves. We're doing something productive. So how do we get our children those same strengths without the same adversities?
So here's my thought on that. Is you teach them of your adversities, and then you show them work ethic. Teach them work ethic, and through you and seeing you work, like we spoke a little before we started this here. My daughter sees me work, and she knows that, like, okay, Dad's getting it. I don't, with my career, I don't get a salary. I go get it, and I have to go get it, or no one's gonna give it to me.
Everybody in this building is.
Exactly. So
we do not have a boss.
Mindset, our entrepreneur mindset, we gotta go get it. And sometimes we have to miss practices. Sometimes we have to miss certain things. I try really hard not to, because that's what I wanted and what was really important to me. But I think that we teach them by being real with them, telling them our struggles. Because my daughter, she is 6 and spoiled rotten. I'm gonna be real. Like, she is sass and attitude.
Oh my gosh.
Man, you can't tell her nothing.
I got a 6-month-old and a 16-year-old.
Oh, so it's a big difference. Yeah. So she is like, she'll look at you and be like, roll her eyes. I'm like, oh man, if I rolled my eyes at my mom, she'd punch me right now.
Oh my gosh, dude. I'm getting jacked.
Oh, it's over.
It is jacked.
Yeah, you're not talking for a week. But also in the same regard, it's teaching her that's not okay. Teaching her you have to work for everything you get. You have to understand that it takes work. And if you don't understand the work part of it, you can't appreciate the good of it. And so making them work is also, I think, doing it. I never want my daughter to struggle for food. I never want her to have to wonder, am I going to eat today? Do we have heat? And I swear to myself, it doesn't matter what it is, she's always going to never have that problem.
100%. And that's huge. That's huge.
And so they build their character and the strength of them, how we portray those struggles from us to them, and how we also make them work for what they are getting. I think that changes a lot, because my daughter, if I pull out my computer and I say, baby girl, she goes, it's okay, Dad, if you have to do work, I get it, I know. And she's 6. Like, to me, it's like, dang, she understands. Like, sometimes I have to do that. I try not to do a lot while I'm with her, but luckily I've worked hard enough and been blessed enough to be able to have some people that do that for me on my teams. But still, I have to do it every now and then, and still I have to show a house sometimes when she's with me, and that's just the way it works. And she understands. Sometimes it's a little frustration for her, but I try to include her. But include your children in everything you're doing work-wise. They may hate it, but let them understand that this is really what I'm trying to build. This is really what I want you to understand. That's why I'm hard on you. That's why I'm
that way it becomes generational instead of just one life.
And so for me, that's important, man. I gotta make sure my daughter, I gotta make sure she works hard. I don't want her to feel like she's entitled for anything. I don't want her to feel like I'm this, so you gotta give me this.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
You're good.
All the way to the left.
And so I tell her,
All the way to the left.
just
Green
because
pack.
you're here doesn't mean you're supposed to have this.
Right.
Just because I had this doesn't mean you're supposed to have this. You have to work for this. So that life's important for
I
me.
think that's the goal of men, though, is to provide for their family the best they can.
It is. Yeah. It really is. So I always
that's a job for real men.
Most anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So real men for me is and for the ones that don't. So most people right now know good. You know, as men, we know good from bad, right from wrong. We know what we can and can't do. The level of maturity you have, I think, determines the level of father you're going to be. And
100%.
that means a lot, because if I'm here and like I would love to knock a lot of people out in my life. Be real with you. I've been a fighter. If you look at my Instagram, I was a fighter for a long time. Boxer, you know, mixed martial arts. I was a trainer, a bunch of stuff. But man, my daughter has saved a lot of people's jaws. And I'll be honest. Like real shit. Like,
that's real shit.
That's real shit. Like,
that's real shit.
Like she is, you know, she's my world, and I know that if I let someone who talks that's why I don't go out. That's why I don't club. That's why I'm not out there. I got way too much to lose that I've been building for her.
Yeah.
It's not me anymore. Nothing is about me.
Dude, I'd rather be at the house. Like, we don't go out.
Yeah, that's
dude,
what I'm
my
saying.
favorite thing. All right, so like, on my birthdays every year, right? I don't like to celebrate my birthday. You know, we never celebrated them. I don't like to do it. So what I like to do on my birthday is, ain't nobody talk to me, nobody hit me, no nothing. I'm gonna sit here with the kids and the wife, and we just gonna watch movies. We gonna cook. We ain't gonna do nothing else. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to be around nobody. And that's how I like my nights. I love my nights. When I come home,
like that.
and you know, there was a time frame in my life.
You gotta break that cycle.
Yeah.
That one of the birthdays.
Yeah.
I was the same way with Christmas. Like I was like, I don't really like Christmas that much, but for my daughter, it's like, oh man,
It's huge.
I gotta do it. Like now, I gotta do something.
Well,
right?
I celebrate those.
Yeah,
you know, I celebrate
yeah.
their birthdays and Christmas and everything else. But mine is just, I like to do things for other people.
Right.
So I hate it when people do stuff for me.
You. Yeah.
And it's not the fact that I'm not grateful for it. It's the fact that I don't feel like you should be wasting your fucking money on another day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a way for us to spend money. Mm-hmm. You know, that's like Lil White's wife, Nicole. She was saying, she's like, we don't celebrate Valentine's Day for the simple fact that I would rather you put that $50 in my gas tank.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's like, what? We can eat chocolate any fucking day. Bring me some chocolate tonight. You know, you ain't gotta wait for a day. And I don't want no flowers that are just gonna die. If you can bring me flowers, you know what kind of flowers to bring.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But no, and I fully feel that because, you know, I was saying, I tell my daughter, you know, because she's got a crazy work ethic. And one of the things we have to teach them is money management. So she works at Food City, and then she moonlights and watches the elderly sometimes. Okay. She makes good money, but what she does is she stacks it. Yeah. So she doesn't touch a dollar. Because you know why? We have a holiday every fucking month. Utilize it, right? Yeah. If you want $10-20, you can always say, Dad, I need $10. Hey, I need this. We get food every day, so there's always food here, so you never have to worry about it. And at school, you got food at school. Mm-hmm. Or bring some, or whatever the case may be. But you don't need to spend none of your hard-earned money. You need to save it. Because here's the kicker. You're 16. Yeah. In about a year from now, you're going to have bills. Yeah. You're going to have car insurance. You're going to have your phone. Well, the phone, you know, we take care of. But there's many things that she's going to have to take care of and have to pay attention to taking care of. Because you could save up $1,000 and you can sit here and be like, wow, at my part-time job, it took me 6 months to save up $1,000 outside of my phone bill. So by the time you save up that $1,000 and they say, oh, hey, property taxes on that BMW that you got, that's $800. You're like, what? Yeah. Oh, car insurance. Now there's another $900. You got to pay that.
Yeah, I think the value of things nowadays, man, kids just don't understand.
No, not even close.
Yeah, they don't.
What's $100?
Yeah, $100 is $1 now to them.
It's a straight dollar.
It's straight dollar. I mean, I'll be honest about it straight up. Like, my daughter's one of them. Like, she's like, oh, Dad, it's $100. That's not that much. $100.
$100.
Crap! Back in the day.
You know that's the electricity.
How long I had to work for $100.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
dude,
it's different. It's crazy.
Oh my goodness, dude.
And that's terrible. And so that's part of their struggle is what they see on the outside, and then what you're trying to instill in them. Because
I think part
see
of the
it
struggle is what they see on the internet. They expect in their life.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
facts.
So that's part of it too, man. That's what we're trying to teach is, like you said,
Do you know how much
financial responsibility.
All right,
But everybody on these social media sites makes it look good.
Oh yeah,
and they make it look easy, and they make it look like it's obtainable so easily. But here's the thing: if you're not an entrepreneur and you're not creating your own products and you're not creating your own lane, you're not going to do anything besides be part of the system. You're going to be systematically inside of this economy, and that's just the way it is. You're going to have a cost of living, right? And your cost of living is going to have to be a certain percentage of what you make, and then you're going to have to go buy a bank. You're going to have to get your mortgage. You're going to have to get your car. You're going to have to get your insurance, your mortgage, your medical insurance. You're going to have to get your electricity. You're going to have to get every fucking thing there is.
Yep.
And by that time, you're broke.
Well, see, also they also we keep mentioning entrepreneur because that's what we are. You know, they are just really bringing that out in colleges now, teaching like entrepreneur and leadership programs.
It used to be laughed at.
Yeah, of course.
Nah, because they used to teach you how to be a factory worker.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or a desk jockey.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they put you in these entrepreneur and leadership classes, and they're supposed to teach you some things. But realistically speaking, with us, for instance, our Fatherhood Encouragement Project, we encourage guys that are entrepreneurs. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to sound crazy when I say this, but some of the best salespeople I've ever seen in my life are the people that used to hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could talk to anybody.
Heck yeah.
They could talk to a lawyer. They could talk to,
You ever had to deal with the crackhead at 3 o'clock in the morning, and the only thing you want is that $15 out of his pocket?
Right.
You have to listen to the fucking story about the rabbits.
That man will build a car for you.
Yeah.
Hey, my second job was a therapist.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
You
That's
damn
crazy.
right.
Like it's nuts, but honestly, man, it's redirecting that energy and pushing it towards something that's positive and good. Man, that's the ticket. Is changing their mind, but you can only change it to as far as they want to listen.
That's right.
And that's like addicts, for instance. You can only help them as far as they want to be helped, and that's it. I speak on it because my nephew had been struggling.
Man, I got it real close to home, man.
Yeah, and everyone does. We have mentorship programs for that as well. Addicts, we have outlets for that in our chapter.
I don't know. I think some people are too far gone, man. It's a reason why that boy is young and got shoes on his feet and stuff like that, right? But it ain't because of him. Right. And sometimes I think people are so far gone mentally on it and have such a resentment and regret so much that they'll never change.
They'll never change.
Because it's comfortable to stay high.
Yeah.
It's comfortable.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to get out of your comfort zone.
Right.
You don't want to do things that are uncomfortable.
Well, no one's ever changed the world being comfortable.
No, fuck no.
Yeah, and no one's
I
ever
just
made
think
a
some
difference.
people hate themselves so much they ain't never gonna change, man.
Yeah, no one changed the world being comfortable. Like, I refer back to it because that's what it is, man. Is we have to change the mindset because that's where everything starts. So this isn't why I'm here to plug the book that's coming out, but I have a book coming out.
Plug it.
And so it's been coming out a while, really, and I had to. There's some issues.
What's the name of it?
It's called the Mo Effect: Mindset Over Everything.
Nice.
Okay.
Right. So we talk chapter 1 on, why we think the way we think, our thoughts, like who we've been around. So if everything you say to your mom and she fires back negative, you're probably going to have a negative outlook.
Yeah, it's like
Or
the
your dad,
relationship.
or whoever.
All they ever do is fucking argue.
Right. And so if you have
why are you together?
break up, leave.
Fucking leave.
So for me, man, it's really diving into your past and yourself and being honest with yourself on chapter 1 and saying it's really a challenging chapter because it makes you look at yourself like for real.
Oh, yeah.
And say, you know what? Why do I think like this? Okay, and then I challenge people. I'll give you a little bit of it. It's think of one time where you were so excited about something and you took it to someone you love. And then they gave you the wrong answer, right? They're like, oh, what the hell are you thinking? Are you stupid?
Oh, dude.
And you're like, nah, man, I want you to be happy for me. What the hell? And now the wind's out of your sail. You're like, shit, I don't even know if I can do this now. I don't know what to do.
Oh, dude, second guessing.
Yeah, and then we think about that. Then we think of a time when it's just the opposite. You were excited about something. You went to someone you cared about and they're like, go get it. You can do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
And the difference in how that impacted you and the success level with that when it was the difference. Yeah. And that changes things. So just learning about like where you came from, kind of what you think about is chapter 1. And honestly, chapter 2 is no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
Like no one
They
cares.
don't, man. We talk about blinders all the time,
Dude,
man.
all the fucking
has
time.
a story. No one gives a shit about yours.
That's right.
Everybody's dad's been to prison.
Pull your pants up,
Everybody's-
keep going.
Yep.
Exactly.
Motherfucking
No
right.
one cares. Suck it up. What are you doing now? It's not. I'm a big proponent on, like I told you before. It's not. It's not where. It's not where you. A lot of times I say this to people. It's not where you start. It's where you finish. And everyone's heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Because that was the first. I mean, my mom has always been supportive. She's always super supportive. But my wife was the first person to truly say, "No, fuck yeah, you're doing that, right? Let's do it.
Yeah.
No, do it." And I'm like, I literally made this up. I said it was gonna be retarded. She's like, "No, do it. Fucking do it." The podcast, every single thing I have ever said, let's do. And not only does she say, let's do it, she starts doing the book work on it. She says, "Oh, you have to get this permit and this permit. You're gonna have to do this and this."
There you go.
And then she's like fully supportive. Hey, go, go, go. And then I wake up in the morning. She's like, "Hey, you gotta get this done and this done too." And I'm like, "Holy shit!"
See, that changes things. And so when
It
you talk
changes
about
everything.
the people who are you, and you talk about people in your life, you got to get rid of those people who are not that.
That's
Yes.
right.
Not your wife. Because,
Yes.
and I'll be real with you, even if that means some family members, pushing yourself away from them.
Anybody.
Because I did that, when I changed. So I was with a brokerage before, the brokerage I'm at now. The brokerage I came to now, man, it changed everything. I'll do a quick plug on them. It's Keller Williams, man. They're amazing. They're an international company, and they give you such opportunity. They teach you to run yourself like a business, not just as like a real estate agent, right?
Yeah.
So seeing big thinkers around me, this and that, I had basically leads handed to me at my whole brokerage.
Yeah.
And I had to make it work. So when we got divorced, 2 weeks days and 2 weeks nights didn't work for having my daughter half the time. The judge was like, "Hey, it's just inconsistent. She's 10 months old." And so I'm like, well, I put a letter of resignation in. 10 years.
Yeah.
Job. 10 years on it with a pension. Resigned. And she's like, "Oh, you're gonna do that for your kid?" Absolutely, that's my daughter, right?
Yeah.
So
What else do I need to do?
yeah, what else do I need to do? And so I did that, and then not saying I'm the best dad in the world. I'm saying that because to me, what I've been through, again, that hatred taught me that's what I needed to do. So when I did that, I was like, okay, so I got to do this, and I told my mom that. My mom was like, she was always a hard worker, greatest mom in the world, wouldn't change it, but she's also people only see what they've seen.
Yeah.
She's only seen this is what you're supposed to do, this is what you're supposed to do, this is how you're supposed to do it. People don't think big until they're introduced to big thinkers.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at
You can't-
that's how our school system is made, though.
Right.
Yeah.
And so she was telling me, look, you shouldn't do this, it's a bad decision, da da da, really blasting me. She's like, you got a baby, like, you can't afford to do this, da 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 da. And so I was like, look, I'm gonna do it. Like, either support me or we're not gonna talk about it. So I didn't go see her, and I'm really tight with my mom, obviously. She's all I've ever had. And so I didn't go see her for about 2 weeks, and it bothered her, right? Because we were so tight, right? And she's like, I when I say I'm a mama's boy, it's because I've had to be the protector of my mom and my two sisters.
I'm a full-blown mama's boy.
Yeah, I mean, she don't pay my bills and do things for me, but I mean, she's all I've ever known and all I've ever had. So when we're putting 52 cents on pump one, it's funny back in the day, but when you don't have something, the people you're close with when you don't have, those are your closest people if you think about it. When you don't have nothing, you're like, man, that dude was with me. He gave me some ramen noodles when I didn't have nothing.
Yeah.
And so with that situation, it hurt me too. I was like, but I gotta do it because I knew that I couldn't hear that. I knew that starting off and going forward, I can't hear it. So then when I told her that, and finally, we talked about it, and she's like, okay, I'm sorry, done, never again. I retired my mom from working in a hospital. Now she's the director of operations for my company.
Fucking right.
That's dope.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, you're supposed to take those though. You're supposed to.
I told her before I'm 39 years old, I'll be a millionaire.
Yeah.
The first time I ever said that to her, she laughed until she started working for my company.
Yeah.
Right? Things change.
Yeah.
Right? So things change when you introduce people to change.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nothing changes till you change it. And so when you put someone around a big thinker, because you're a product of the 5 people you surround yourself with the most. You're
Facts.
an average of those 5, right?
Yep.
3 of my 5 are multimillionaires.
Yes.
For a reason.
Yeah.
Because if you're around 5 millionaires, you're probably gonna be the 6.
That's right.
If you're around 5 bums who don't want to do nothing, they're knuckleheads,
Probably gonna be the 6th.
probably gonna be the 6. So you got nothing to lose. You're probably gonna lose everything.
Yep.
So that's for me, man. I'm like,
That's fucking real,
that's
man.
what it is,
That's
man.
truth. That's super truth.
And that's what we're trying to encourage. Like,
Yeah.
if your guys are still doing the same thing, I'll tell you a quick story. I was out one time. I think I actually went to a bar just to grab a drink. It was a little concert going on, and first time I've been out, God, probably 3 or 4 years maybe, because I've been trying to grind, just trying to go. And I went out and saw a buddy that I used to, go to the clubs with, hang out with, party with, whatever, before my little one. And he's like, man, what's up, bro? Haven't seen you forever. And I'm like, yeah, what's good? We're talking. We used to be back on the block. Like, we used to punch people out, like, act a fool together, right? And he's like, man, you changed. He said, yeah, I see you doing, your business thing, and da-da-da. I was like, yeah. And he goes, man, get a little something. You don't know nobody. I'm like, huh? What are you talking about, man? And he goes, we don't ever see you out here no more. We don't ever see you doing nothing. I'm like, he's like, you changed. I was like, isn't that the point, man?
Isn't that a good thing?
Like, that was 10 years ago, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
I got a nicer car now.
Like, bro, I got heat in my car now.
Yeah, that motherfucker runs.
They got some AC in there.
I got some AC.
You see these are power windows, bro.
I gotta crank this motherfucker.
They all work too.
Why you give you a ride? This got good AC.
Hell yeah.
And so we saw, and he's like, yeah, you changed it up. And so I just said with him, I was like, he's like, man, I'm just saying, I don't mean no disrespect, but I just don't see you out here in the club no more. You ain't out here getting, like, partying with it. I was like, and I don't see you at the bank. And that hurt him. But it was real, because when you're coming, and I was like, bro, I don't mean no disrespect. You're my dude.
Yeah.
But also, you gotta understand, what are you doing with yourself? He's like, well, I'm doing a little here, a little there. Okay. You still living in your basement of your mom? Yeah. Tell her I said hello. When you want to talk about business and what you're passionate about, come here, I'll take you to lunch. We'll talk about a business plan to get you where you want to go. Yeah. And so, boom, he did. And so that was something that was crazy. So literally a month later, dude calls me up. He's like, hey, bro, I got you. I was like, what's up? And he's like, well, you talked to me the other day. What you said to me, it hurt me, man. I was pissed. But it also changed me. I was like, good. What's up? He's like, can we do lunch? Yeah, got it together. So my man created some shoe cleaning stuff, and it's really going. It's in a bunch of stores and doing really well for himself. And so he was telling me, he's like, let's talk about a business plan. So we sat down. I helped him write a business plan, help him write marketing, help him do some things like that, and got him in contact with a couple good people. I'm not sure if you guys ever saw this business, instead of like baby showers, business showers. Yeah, so kind of threw a little something for them like that.
They actually have the incubators here.
Yeah, they have the incubators back there, but actually throwing business showers, like bringing all your resources in from people in business and whoever. Hey, this is a new cat. He just started producing, for instance, or he just started this cleaning company. And these are some industrial people, blah. So we'll have some food come in, we'll get some stuff, some sponsors in from the business, and have outlets for him, from lawyers to tax people to whatever, there for him, just for his business shower, so to speak. So we did that, and the dude took off with it, and he's doing well. He signed some deals with like Foot Lockers and some other stuff. Yeah. And so it's doing really well for him. He's made more money than he's ever made. He's got his own place. Yeah. It's just taking off, and that was from one conversation of being real with somebody. And that's what it takes, even with the fathers, man.
Gotta be real with people.
You gotta be real with them. Yeah. And so, that one person can change something. Mm-hmm. And that's our goal, man. We have helped, I'm gonna pull this up because I don't know the exact number, so don't be mad at me. Let's see. When I say we, I mean as an organization. So the guy, Dan, who did this, he was in Out of Foster, the founder. He was in Out of Foster Care, started in Rockford, Illinois, 7 years ago, about 8 years ago. And he started with the premise of, just like us, it was three dads. They started in a Chick-fil-A. Nice. And just started talking about like dads and being mentors and how can we change some things and go over it. And so going through that, they started growing. They outgrew the Chick-fil-A in I think like a week or something crazy. Yeah. And then he was going strong for 7 years. And I saw him, reached out to him, and I said, dude, I like it. I'm involved. I want to be a part of this. Yeah. What do I do? How can I help? What can I do? I don't want to just give money. Like, what can I do? Yeah. And then so we started talking. The dialogue was there. And it is a nonprofit, 501c3, fully nonprofit. And I said, I want to bring a chapter to Virginia, man. I want to be that guy. And he's like, man, you never expanded. It's a lie. I was like, hey, I'm the guy. Trust me, I'm the guy. Yeah. And he believed in me, man. And I believed in what he was doing and what he was starting. He was a good dude and a good father. A good father without a father, right? Yeah. And so We started out. It took us about 3 or 4 months to get the Virginia to do the nonprofit and to recognize it. And then once we did, we started boom instantly. And so the first event we did was something we do is called the Christmas with Superheroes. So we
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, I saw that.
So dope.
Yeah, hell
it's
yeah.
It's the coolest thing ever, man. It's like, so we in the Virginia area. So they did around 200. They do quite a bit. They've been going for a while, and they have had a lot of time. So I flew to Chicago for that week to help them out and to get sorted there. I don't know how much help I was, but I tried.
I showed up. Hey, showing up's half the battle.
I'm a warm body. Direct me where you want to go.
Yeah.
And so I showed up, and man, they took me in with open arms. Him and all the staff, because he runs like a staffing company, Con Staffing, and they're everywhere. They do staffing, and so yeah, man, he took me in open arms. Showed me the ropes. And man, I'll tell you, when we got there and we got the the outfits, and we worked with the Rockford Police Department, and that's the thing, man, is bridging that gap too. People hate cops, right?
Yeah, generally.
I mean, and some of them use that badge as a sword and as a weapon, and some of them don't. Like, I've met some of the best.
There's some good
people.
cops out there.
Hey, for real. And so the thing is people.
And if you across that line,
but
you get what's coming to you.
Right.
There's laws.
I fully respect that.
Yeah,
I fully respect
100%.
that. But I do want to say this. Okay. As I stay in my own lane, right?
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. When I fucked up, I knew I fucked up. I took plea deals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I knew I was in the wrong. So I accepted all responsibility for my actions. But when you're in a lane, right? And this doesn't happen to me. It doesn't. It used to growing up, but it just doesn't anymore. I don't get harassed. I don't get fucked with.
Yeah.
I don't get just meaningless.
Right.
So a lot of things have changed in the past few years. But beforehand, and I'm just talking from 5 years and back, cops, the only ones that you're going to meet are the assholes. You don't run across the good cops because the good cops are after criminals. So if you're in your own fucking lane and you're going 6 miles an hour over the speed limit, like I've been pulled over 6 miles an hour over the speed limit and been out on the fucking hood with my hands there while they were searching my whole fucking car because I sold weed before. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, you guys gotta be fucking kidding me. Right. But here's the thing, you run across the assholes, right? Or he just talking to you like shit. Right. And that motherfucker probably has a joint in the car. Right. You know what I'm saying? In a legal state, and like, but the thing is you don't run across the good ones because they're out doing their fucking job. Right. You run across the assholes. Right. That just want to fucking pick on people because they have a fucking badge. Right. So and that's the majority.
I think a lot of that too. I think a lot of that comes with dialogue. I think a lot of that is a change of perception. And the reason I say that is...
And change of vehicle.
Right. Well,
if you got a $60,000 car, they're not going to pull you over. Right. But if you in that scraper with 3 different rims on it, you're getting pulled over 3 times on the way to the store.
3 times, right. So with me growing up, so I was, like I said, I had Officer Jackson, this dude, I'll never forget him, black cop, right? We always, he would literally, every shift, he'd come play football with us in the middle of the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Be balling out with us every single time. He knew my father. He arrested my dad a bunch. Yeah. He knew what it was.
Never treated you different.
Never brought it up. Never. Only time he ever brought it up is when he knew I was messing up. Yeah. He's like, yo, you better chill. Yeah. Like, you can fix it. You better chill. Yeah. You can fix this.
And so we had cops at our schools too.
Yeah. Well, see, this wasn't even in school. So this was like on the block. This dude would come and he would like just play football with us out in the streets. Oh, yeah. They just all out with us. And he's the one who's like, look, man, you got to get away from this because I don't want to be the one to put you away too. Yeah. And so he would just talk to me like little stuff, nothing pushy, nothing crazy, but he'd talk to me a little bit like that. And I'm like, okay, cool, all right, I see it. So then I was also in the military, and I was in the Army, and so I'm like, yeah, let's go. I'm ready to get up out of here. I'm acting a fool. It's time to go before I get in too much trouble. And so I signed away, ready to go. Well, you know it. What was my job?
MP. Oh, fuck off. Fuck you too. Oh, we got another cop in the building.
Another one.
Hey,
we need DJ Khaled up in here right now.
So
here's MP too.
Everybody can like you know, like I said, man, it's something that I got along well because I know what it was.
Yeah.
And the people who have not,
I think that makes a difference, though.
It does, man.
I think that if somebody was a drug dealer for a while, let them be fucking DEA. You know what I'm saying? They know what the fuck to do, though. They know what to do. That's all I'm saying. Like, I couldn't get into drug enforcement, and here's the kicker. I only have cannabis charges. Mm-hmm. I do not believe in heroin. Right. I fucking hate fentanyl. Right. I fucking hate meth. You know what I'm saying?
And now it's legal.
Well, cannabis is legal,
cannabis is legal, yeah.
But they don't look at my military background. They look at my felonies. Right? But I'm going to get those knocked off because of the way laws are going to be going. So I ain't worried about it. But what I'm saying is, if I wanted to go into DEA and get meth and fucking heroin off of our streets, I'm not saying I would because I fucking hate cops.
Right.
You know, not all of them.
Right. Just for that.
For the sake of the show.
Just for the sake of the show.
I have never had good experiences, and that's one thing. But that's one thing we want to do. We want to get police officers on our show and have a conversation.
Well, let me tell you straight up. I'm glad that you said that because what we're trying to do is that with our program and with Rockford and with our town cops, exact same thing. Like literally, because I hated cops growing up.
Yeah.
Because all you ever saw was the ones slinging people. And
dude, they just want to put you away.
Right. So
that is their sole job.
So that's the thing. And so when it's something where we believe, and it's a belief system. It's not even the cop; they're the enforcers. It's
but they believe it too.
Some. Yeah. So for me, like for instance, Jackson, like I know for a fact I'd be in jail if it wasn't for him. I know for a fact because he would catch me doing stuff I should be doing.
No, fully.
And be like, yo, go.
Yeah.
Like straight up, like this is it, go.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was like, dang, okay, maybe I can do something. So then, of course, I signed, not knowing what I'm doing. I said, okay, sure, let's go blow some shit up, right?
Yeah.
And so.
See, now that's what I did.
And I was
an
like,
engineer.
And I was like, oh, what's my job? They're like, you're an MP. I was like, what does that mean? Oh, you're a cop in the military. Oh, great. That's gonna look good. That's gonna be perfect. Nah, let's sign me up for something different. I was like, nah, let's change this. Let's do something fun. Let's go blow shit up. Like, let's do something good. And they're like, nah, bro, you already signed. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Awesome. Okay. So I'm gonna be honest though. When I went, yeah, seriously. And so when I went, I was like, God, this is gonna suck. I can't stand it. I don't like the perception or so if we're talking, you know, to this cop world right now, like and then for the opposite side, right?
Yeah, we have more outlaws.
Yeah, my family though,
yeah,
are more the outlaws. Like literally uncles, cousins, brother, like everybody has been locked up. Everybody. And the reason is because that's what we've known, that's what we've seen, and that's what we've been involved in. If I take myself, now if you take yourself out of the situation you were in and put yourself in a new situation or taught to be in a new situation, what's gonna happen?
I'm gonna be in a different situation. Everything changes.
Your encounters will dramatically change.
Yeah, 100%.
With law enforcement.
Yeah, 100%.
It won't be, cause see me, I don't care. Yes. I don't care if a cop's behind me. I used to care. When I had stupid shit in my car, I used to care when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I used to care when I knew I was doing wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Even if I agree with like weed's weed, right? So for me, even back then, weed was weed. I was like, it's just weed. Like, I'm not killing nobody out here. I'm not doing that. But even back then, it's like,
it's still illegal.
Here we go.
Yeah.
But, you know, now when you take yourself out and you're like, look, I'm on the right path. I'm doing the right thing. This is what my kids are seeing.
Yeah.
Pull me over, bro. Hey, listen to my podcast after you're done. I'll mention you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's what it should be now, right? Like, so
really should.
We can change because your encounters have been different than your kids' encounters with cops are going to be.
Yep. Facts.
Right?
No,
so,
it's fully true.
And a lot of that, and I'm just being real.
It's perception.
Yeah, a lot of it's perception and what we put ourselves around and what we were doing.
Yeah.
For me, I was doing dumb. I expected it.
Was I going 90? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I was fucking going 90. It probably shouldn't have been.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And for me, like, and there has to be some type of law and order. I do 100% agree.
I fully believe in that.
Cops,
I hella do.
Take that badge and use it, and those are the ones that make a bad name. But if we're saying that, so a lot of times I have dialogue with people, with in law enforcement and from the hood, like where I was at. Like I boxed on 17th Street and Orange Avenue in Melrose, and literally I was the only white kid in the gym.
Yeah.
And everybody there to me, like I don't see black, white. I see, okay, you're cool, great. So for me, yeah, it's if you're good, you're good. If you're not, you're not. Yeah. That's just what it is for me. But man, I've had so much dialogue with people that say, you know, cops are doing this or doing that. But I've had dialogue to where they're saying exactly what they're fighting against, saying, oh, fuck every cop, right? I don't like them because they're all pieces of shit.
Yeah.
But that's like someone saying every person with tattoos, fuck them, they're all pieces of shit, and all felons are the same.
Yeah.
So you're fighting against
the
what
same
you're
thing.
fighting against. Yeah. Right? So if you're making a name for yourself and saying, you know what, I don't want to be stereotyped this way, because not all felons are bad people. They just make some mistakes, and they're probably going to be, in your case, drugs, they're going to be gone. But not all cops are bad. There are really good ones. Yeah. There are also some shit ones. And just like there's also some shit people who will always do the same thing.
Facts.
You know guys right now, I bet you, that you could be like, oh, that mother, he's probably going to go back to jail tomorrow. Or now you'd be like, oh, he doesn't care about changing his life.
No, they already are in jail. Yeah. Like the ones that I was like, damn, they're fucking trash. They're already back. I'm like, yeah, makes sense.
What you're doing is changing your life and your kids' life. Facts. So for me, I don't care if you got I don't care if you got felons. Most of my family does. My uncle just did 17 and a half years. Yeah. Just got out a year ago. Yeah. Like, and that was someone I looked up to, bro. I mean, he's the one that made me make varsity in basketball. Like, he's the one I looked up to, and then he went away. Yeah. For drugs distribution, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, damn, is that everybody? This is what's going to happen to everything? Yeah. So for us to fight against something, and me, I'm an advocate. You know, people who do wrong, cops, for instance, if they use that power, they hurt somebody, they kill somebody, and it's not within the realm, fine. Yeah. They need to go to prison. They need to be charged just the same. Everything's the same. Can't stereotype them, just like I couldn't stereotype, and I never would stereotype anybody. I don't judge anybody in my place. My place is, if you're good, you're good. If you're not, you're not. I don't care about nothing else. Hell yeah. And so that's the mindset that we're trying to teach the kids in these inner cities and these rural communities. Like, not every cop that you're looking at is a piece. And not every...
But you know what, though?
And the cops, too, they're getting that dialogue. Yeah. So cops need to understand,
and at the same time, though, and at the same time, before you go and fix anybody else's house, you got to fix yourself. Right, exactly. So, and that is one thing that we really push for, is, you know, before we go and try to work with the enemy, so to speak, we're not trying to say like that, but I know what you mean. We try to fix ourselves. You know, we don't need to be out here with senseless violence. We don't need to be out here selling dope. We don't need to be out here doing that. Yeah. You know, we can be fucking role models. We can be productive citizens.
And that's the thing is the dialogue isn't just for the people and kids and dads in these situations. The dialogue's for the cops too. Yeah. The dialogue is for bridging that gap, because they got to hear how they feel. Yeah. Like, this is how we feel and this is why. Yeah. Can you help us fix that? Yeah. And so we're doing events, like we do block parties in Rockford. So we get out there with the community into the urban areas. Or they do, rather. I have not done that yet with them, but they get in the urban areas. They go to the block parties, they create block parties with law enforcement. Yeah. And so they have the community who typically doesn't want law enforcement around.
But here's where I'm at.
They have the ones that are normal.
If I go and fire up a fucking joint, and I'm sitting here talking to a cop, and I go and fire up a joint, what the fuck is he gonna do? He's gonna end my career. You know what I'm saying? Well, and it's legal, but he's gonna be like, oh, but it's not legal in public. And like, dude, we're in the backyard. He's still gonna try to arrest my ass.
Some may. So I think that if it's...
But that's my first thought about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's the perception.
And it is. And so that's a perception of understanding what and who you want around you. Yeah. And so if it's someone in a place where it's like, hey, I'm in public, or hey, I can grow 4 plants, right? For instance, for you. I can grow 4 plants. I can, it's mine. I can use it for personal consumption. I do what I want. If I'm in my house, I'm in my house. I can't go to the grocery store and smoke it. Yeah. Not in the state, right? But other states you get, like Los Angeles, Vegas, Florida. Yeah. Like, you can go anywhere you want and be out there on the street and just smoke. And they're literally standing right next to you. Hey, how you doing, man? What's up? Oh, good. Yeah. Just like that.
Dude, I did it in DC, and you're not even supposed to. But here's the thing, in DC, they're all special agents. Right. Right? So they're not like regular cops, they're special agents. And I fucking, I thought it was legal. I thought we were allowed to smoke on the streets. Apparently, I found out you're not.
I thought you were too.
Yeah, you're not. You're actually not in DC.
Oh, dang,
like you could buy it, and it's you actually can't even purchase it. You have to do remuneration. So you have to buy digital art or a T-shirt, and then they gift you cannabis.
Oh wow.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's actually not even legal for sale because it's in a federal district, and it's the federally illegal still.
So I will tell you, I've been out of that world for 6 years. Thank God I'm out of it. And when I say thank God I'm out of it, it's because everything's changed.
Yeah.
Everything's changed with it. It's more of the, what I saw was more of the it was more of the look what I have here instead of like look what I have here.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I want to help. It's more I want to like let's just go get something done. And so for me, it's like, and just in my experience, it's like, man, that's not what I signed up for. Like Officer Jackson saved my life. That's what I wanted to do to someone else.
But don't you think that once it's in you, it's a part of you? I fully believe, as I went to the military, and forever until the day I die, I'll be a soldier.
Oh yeah, me too.
I will forever
100%.
be that. You know what I'm saying? And it'll never be anything different. I will forever be an engineer, and that is the way it is. And I will forever support our troops. I will forever love my country.
Yeah.
And that's part of me. So you don't think that, you say you're out of that life now, but you don't think that was part of you?
No. So I think that was something that, it depends on what it's part of you for. What's your purpose behind the part of you, right? So it depends on what is for.
Yeah.
Like if I did it because someone saved my life, who was a different race, who knew what I've been through. If you grew up seeing what we've seen growing up, right, and living that life, and saying, okay, one person took enough time to change my life and keep me
I'm gonna respect that.
Right, I'm gonna respect that. So for me, I was like, I could do that. Yeah. So I mean, when I got out of the military, I worked in the prison systems. I had so much respect because I was there just to make sure nobody died. Like, I'm not here to like make this is where you live. I'm not here to judge you. You're doing your time, do your time. I'm not here to make.
But did you have so many officers that do not do that?
Right, because they take it to a point of, one, they don't understand that life. When you talk to someone, like for instance, I had a new officer. He was like talking at people and acting crazy and reckless. I'm like, bro,
you're gonna get fucked up.
I was
quick.
like, hold on,
chill out.
They let you go home.
Yeah.
There's 88 in one pod to you. Like, don't you understand? Like you got to understand some things about life.
And about 60 of them are never going home.
Right. So you got to understand, think about this. This is what they do. Like, you're here, and honestly,
make sure nobody dies. That's it.
That and to maintain some of the order that's supposed to be there. But at the end of the day, man, it's about people. Mm-hmm. People respect people who are real. And people will always respect that. I for instance, there was some things that were going on, and I had respect, and so they respected me as a person. Yeah. First. Not because of this. It was who I was, and so they would say, "Hey, stuff's going on, man. Like this. What's up?" I was like, "Look, here's what it is. Oh yeah, somebody's gonna get hurt. Well, I gotta say something. Somebody's gonna get hurt. I gotta say something. I gotta fix that. I don't want nobody to get hurt on me, like around me." Yeah. So that's the thing, man. Is I think that it's a misconception on both sides. Every person who's a felon's a piece of crap. That's not true at all. I've seen a lot of felons.
Oh, it's a full misconception
on both sides, and I think that
But breaking that's gonna be hard, dude.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. I think that a lot of people see that like I was that, like you were that.
Yeah.
But see.
Oh, I give him hell all the time.
Yeah. So, but see, with me, like if you're that, but isn't it always in you? Convict's not always in you, right? That's what they say.
I'll forever be a gangster.
Right, I'm a guy. But I ain't going back to prison unless I have to.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'll go back if I have to. Right. Yeah,
I think everybody,
for my family, it's just I have different meanings now.
But here's the thing. Yeah. Everything is that. So is it in me? Nah. I think that military's always in me. I'm always a soldier.
Always.
And I will always be a protector. Always. That's in me. Yeah. And so as.
But you're a man.
Anything is possible in our life.
And that's me. I don't like the politics behind law enforcement. That's what it's not in me. Yeah. Now protecting people, that's what I like. as a whole. Like if I saw an old lady getting robbed, like nah, man, we ain't gonna do this.
That's what
right?
keeps me from hating law enforcement and saying fuck the police is because there ain't enough of us to be superheroes. Somebody has to do it.
Well,
Yeah,
Somebody
no, I feel
has
it.
to
What you-
protect
And
the
we
old
have to
ladies,
have
the
law and order.
children,
We
Right.
do
the-
have to
the
have law and
kids.
order.
Yeah.
Just
But see,
period.
there's a select few in this world, military. If you
I do believe we should be able to kill pedophiles.
Damn right.
I do believe we should be able to kill pedophiles.
Publicly.
Publicly.
Look, I mean, I gotta be a little politically correct on that, but we already know the answer. Like, we have children.
Yeah.
Like
Damn politics too.
yeah, I mean, the politics of law enforcement gets you, but like you said, man, not many people is like when guns are fired and people are like shooting up a building.
Yeah.
Not many people are gonna go to it. Most people are going the other way.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And so for me, the law enforcement aspect and the military's always there. That's what we did in the military.
Yeah.
But the law enforcement are the select few who are gonna go try to stop that. And because you don't know. If I'm sitting there and a stray bullet goes, I've been in drive-bys, not in them, but like being shot at.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not fun.
No, fuck
and so,
no.
And when people open the door and there's holes in the floor in there and there's kids sitting there, that changes some things. Especially when you have a kid.
Yeah, hell
you're
yeah.
like, man, if somebody did that to like something's gotta change. So who's gonna be there to regulate that? Because obviously everybody knows law and order has to happen, but there definitely needs to be a bridging of the gap of, hey, look, let's have a really good, serious conversation with no emotions involved. Let's talk about facts. How do you feel about this when this happens? And what is this supposed to look like? And we're humans. The only bad you see are the bad ones.
Yeah.
Right? Like you said, the only ones we see are the bad ones, the assholes, right?
The ones that are gonna pull up on you when you ain't doing
the
shit.
The bad ones, right?
Yeah.
So the same thing that you see in the news are the bad ones, a select few who do the wrong thing and or have made a mistake.
Well, can we just end misdemeanors then? Because just quit being petty. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, that's the thing. At the end of the day, I think it's going to get stronger to that. I think that, a lot of the things that used to have, I mean, back in the day, you used to be able to fight it out and the cops would watch you. You'd be like, okay, y'all good? Shake it out. All right, get out of here.
Yeah.
Like literally.
No,
that
you're
would
doing
happen all
8
the
years
time.
if you get in a fight.
Oh, if you make somebody bleed, you're hit.
You're fucking hit,
You're done.
dude.
And so I'm like, man, come on, like, or you get into a fight and people bring out guns and start shooting everything up.
Oh, dude.
Like, and
people don't
that's
fist
how
fight
it's
no more.
Yeah, no, they're because they're afraid of the L.
Yeah.
Like, that's another. I think that's another thing that we have to teach our kids. Do not
Take
be
a
afraid
loss.
of an L.
Or they
Yes.
just
Do not be afraid of
on
the
that
loss.
murder shit.
What did I say
Yeah.
yesterday?
Yeah.
Right? We had a situation and the kid got beat up at school by a couple kids. He got jumped. And my first thing was, hell yeah, did he fucking fight back? Did he get it in or what?
Right.
Because the first thing, well, how bad was it? Busted lip, busted nose.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
He's fine.
Fucking yeah. Dude, did he fight back? Get it. Get some culture. Get some fucking fight in you. Because you have to have your ass kicked, dude.
You gotta take it up
have
and
to.
everything too. Like I teach my daughter, she is like, I want to teach my daughter and bring this to the fatherhood. I want to bring it to where it's like, it's okay to lose.
Yeah.
It's how you respond. Because realistically, if you think about this, the only thing that matters is how you respond to things.
Yeah.
Like you could say what you want from me, you put your hands on me, it's different. My response is the only thing that's measured.
Yeah.
Like if I teach my daughter blow up at everything, what's she gonna do?
Blow up at everything.
Right. If you teach your kid, okay, every time, if I taught my daughter every time that something didn't go my way or a loss, I mean, look at like your Warren Buffett's and your Steve Jobs, right?
Yeah.
If they stopped when they failed, they would never have done anything.
Trump. Bankrupt. Five fucking companies.
Right. 9 companies, Steve Jobs was a part of, and that failed.
Yeah.
So you have to understand, like, man, it's like
College dropouts.
teaching the L is so important.
You
I love
gotta
it when
take
my daughter
losses.
loses. I love it when she loses.
You gotta
like, but
take
I
losses.
lost that. I sucked. I wasn't good. It's like, yeah, you did.
Yeah. Now get better.
Now, good job, babe. Like, now let's keep it going.
Let's keep going.
Don't stop.
Hell yeah.
Let's keep it up.
I remember I used to get so frustrated when I took an L.
Yeah.
I'd be mad, man. Good Lord have mercy.
Man.
Couldn't tell me nothing.
Someone told me, said, man, the best thing you can put on is a rubber suit.
Yeah.
Because you're going to take losses.
Oh, yeah.
But as long as you win more than you're losing, you're still winning.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's a response. It's again, it's not where it starts, where you finish.
That's right.
So it's the response to everything. if you're in a position where if we can't teach these kids that they're gonna lose in life a lot, like they say, it took me 10 years to be an overnight success.
Yeah.
Right?
Fucking right.
Look, bro, look, it took you, and this, I'm gonna use you because you brought it out. So it took you X amount of years incarcerated, X amount of time away from your kids.
To figure it out.
To be a success now, and this is what matters.
Yeah.
They're gonna remember this far more than they remember.
Bro, it took me 37 years and a back surgery and a neck surgery to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about, and so that's the thing is it took us that time. What our goal is, and that was a lot of, in my opinion, I don't know your whole situation, but the lack of that direction that you were talking about. No one told us any other way.
But you know why, right?
That's exactly what it was, because every time someone told me something new and I went forward on it, it was a win. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, get a business license, get insurance, get this, get an LLC, get this other thing, get an accountant, get this. The steps to take to do all this, if I wouldn't have known it, I'd have still been doing the same shit that I was doing prior.
Exactly. And the thing too is we have said a couple times, you don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And my thing is, if I'm sitting here and again, the 5 people you hang with, right? My mentors, bro, have literally changed the game for me. Mm-hmm. And when I'm talking about like business changing the game. Yeah. Now, for me, I think that's the most important thing is to be mentors to children like this because
that's our future.
That's the same reason. I don't want them to wait till they're 30 to
We're gonna die.
Yeah, I don't want them to wait till they're 30.
I want them to have something from me before that. Yeah. And I want them to shine and be better.
Our legacy is like, for me, my why. Everybody has to have a why. So every time I talk to someone, I'm like, whether they're asking about involved in real estate or in this, I'm like, what's your why? Because if it's not big enough, if they say, oh, because I want a nice car or I want a nice house, I'm like, all right, well, this isn't right for you. Have a good day. Yeah. Well, as far as business wise. Yeah. I got to know your why. So my why is I want my daughter's children's children to be good. Yeah. That's different. That hits different, man. Yeah. It's way different. If you think about that, like really let it hit you. It's like if I sit back and I'm like, okay, because no one cared about me. Not that they didn't care, my mom cared, but she had no other way because she was limited on what she's been taught and what she's been shown in guidance, right? So for me, it's like, dang, how do I take my daughter to where her kids are good? Yeah. And what is that gonna look like for me? Because I know what it takes. I just gotta find the right people around me to get me to that point to understand what it's gonna take. Yeah. And so that's my why, is my daughter's children to be good and to be straight. Like, I'm talking not just have some money, I'm talking about generational wealth and to get it moving. And it's not just about money, but let's be real, a lot of it's about money. It is. Because because you have to give them the financial freedom that they can have so that they can be who the fuck they're gonna be. And poor people, I say this loosely, and I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings because this isn't about that. Yeah. But the fact is, it's probably gonna hurt somebody. But poor people can't help poor people. Nah. No. You can help me for a minute. You can give me a burger.
A good idea.
But bruh, you can't change. I wanna be the dude in the back building orphanages. I want to change people's lives. Right. That's what we're here for. Yeah, right? I want to change someone's fucking life. And that's the legacy that our kids are going to leave our kids, rather. And
talking about legacies, the conversation came up, and we really thinking about surrogate, dog.
Yeah. See? Yeah, but I've been telling him he needs to have a kid.
Hey, we talked about it.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it ain't no type of love you ever saw in your life. Yeah. Right? I promise you, dude. I never even understood. I thought I loved people and things in my life.
You thought you fucking.
Dude, when I saw that shit, bro. When I saw her, man, and I was there. Like, I went to every sonogram, every doctor's appointment.
Ain't missed a beat.
Nothing. And like just up until recently, I missed a doctor's appointment, and that was last year when I was the year before when I was getting paid to go speak on stage about what we're working on. Like, it's not this, but my business. And man, it's like the mindset part. And I'm like, I literally was about to go on stage and I got a phone call, kept blowing me up. I'm like, yeah, what's up? I'm about to go on stage. Yeah. She's like, look, she fell at gymnastics. She hurt herself at the ER. I was like, is she okay? My baby's crying. She's like, Daddy, why aren't you here? You're always here. I'm like, oh, I was literally crying. I was crying. And I was like, oh man, Daddy's so sorry, baby, but I'm doing this for us. Like, I'm sorry. And so I was like, man, there's no way. Dude, when you see that child, man, it is like nothing else matters. Like literally everything in your mind changes immediately.
No, yeah.
All the stress that you had and everything going on, it's fucking over with.
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
Nothing,
I love it.
nothing matters.
Oh man, it's nothing. It's called oxytocin.
I think it'd be a bright light in my wife's life too, man.
Oh man,
Oh,
it changes everything.
Oh, it changes every fucking
I'm gonna tell you guys, if it's okay, I'm gonna tell you guys a little about our programs.
She needs a lighthouse.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
Yeah. And it changes them. So yeah, all right. So we'll a little bit, like I said, about the project. Started a long time ago, 7 years. Our main focus is, I said it again, is stronger fathers, stronger families, stronger communities. There's a bunch of things that we do, like the superhero Christmas with superheroes.
Yep.
That's an event we do. We also do something for breakfast and blankets. So what we do is we gather a bunch of like warm gear, so coats, sweaters, gloves, boots, everything. Gather a bunch of gear, and once a year we'll do that and serve breakfast to the homeless community. So not just we, but our fathers and the kids.
Yes.
So we're teaching them leadership in the community. Right?
I like it.
And then we do the Fathership Mentor Program, which is basically what we do. We do something called the Fatherhood Hangouts. So we do, we'll hang out twice a month with the dads. If the dads can't afford it, we handle it. So we'll go to like hockey games, basketball, we'll go bowling, skating, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that way it gets them to want to spend time with their kids if they haven't been able to, or we'll see the appreciation of that. So they'll see it all together, and it makes them want to do more of that if they've never been accustomed to doing that. So kind of trying to build that relationship with them. And so in those time frames, though, the Fatherhood Hangouts, you know, ain't nobody gonna go to classes. We're like, hey, we got a class. They're like, peace, I'm out. I ain't going to this shit. Y'all don't need to learn shit. I'm good.
Yeah, I know all about it.
It's not like that. So with us, we call it the Fatherhood Hangout.
Yeah.
And so when we do that, 30 minutes of that is going to be something. We're going to break bread. We're going to eat a little bit. We're going to do wherever we're going, bowling, whatever. But we're also going to leave them with something important and invaluable. So from everything from teaching them CPR on infants to children to adults, and the kids are going to be involved as well. So that we want to give them something of value. We're going to teach them that to credit building. We want to build their credit.
Yeah.
We want to teach them how to build their credit because we want to break that cycle.
Money.
My mom bought a home when she was 54 years old.
Yeah.
And she's the only one who's done that.
Yeah.
My grandma doesn't even own her home.
Yeah.
Right. So things like that. That's what we're trying to build the credit. Our program wants to give fathers that are in our program and credit building. We're going to put the down payment on their house for them, their first down payment, as long as they're in our program and volunteering and doing our community stuff. You're building your credit with us. We're teaching you. You're listening. You're working hard. We're helping you find jobs. We're doing all those things.
I like it.
So that's what we're doing there. And everything from, like I said, first aid to finance to money management to interviews, classes, teaching you how to write a resume to if you need to get your GED, we're going to set you up on that. We have all the resources that you need. Just ask us. It's free to be a part of us. Nothing costs you. And we want to be nationwide. So everybody's listening, hearing it. If you're in a town and you're interested in the Fatherhood Encouragement Project, go to our website, hit us up. We will come to you.
I'm gonna have the link in it.
We'll come to you. We will talk about it, and we will get you guys set up. And we want to be everywhere. We want to be nationwide, and that's where we're going. Our next stop is Miami. That's our next one that we're opening.
Yep.
And then we're hopefully probably going to go to Florida or wherever else. So maybe Tennessee, maybe a different part of Virginia, wherever. So we want to go everywhere. And then a couple more. Sorry, guys. Fatherhood Hangouts I told you about. And again, to bridge that gap. So we already talked about superheroes. We do that once a year. I went to Chicago, came back. We had one day to find kids.
Yeah.
After the approval, we were able to get 40 kids and raise enough money to pay for 40 kids Christmas in one day.
That's dope.
No shit.
That is dope.
I'm telling you, we were at Target shopping for 5 hours and loading them up and
that's awesome.
Getting them all done. And then obviously that's Virginia chapter. We want us to, like I said, be everywhere, be a part of everything. And then the Hill Project. Okay, Okay, HEAL is this is for the moms. So this isn't just for dads. You don't have to be a dad to be involved. You just want to be a mentor.
The Heal Project. Spell that again.
HEAL.
Okay.
And,
Heal.
Heal. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I can't. I can't talk.
Yeah, I forgot we're Virginia.
Yeah, we from down.
You from the holler?
We from down yonder. So the Heal.
Most
Project,
MPs are.
Yes, that's right. Most MPs are. No, so the Heal Project is it stands for Hope, Excel, Affirm, and Lead. It's a program for fatherless children that we're putting out there, and that the kids, the moms, because like, hey, we want to be a part of this. We don't know what to do. They contact us, get in touch. We do everything just like the dad was involved. We mentor from schoolwork all the way to taking them to the events.
That's tough.
To the superhero stuff, because I wish I had that.
Yeah.
I wish I had somebody saying, yo, your dad in here, I got you, let's go.
Yeah, I
so
like that.
We're doing that. We're also giving 4-year scholarships away to a man and a woman, a girl and a boy, in our program whose dad has been involved with us. Now, of course, they have to meet the criteria and curriculum requirements for the university, but our goal over the next 2 years for the Virginia office, and I know we're going to expand it up, is to give scholarships away.
That's cool.
Dude, yeah,
that's
something.
super fucking
That's
tough.
Hey,
Right
that's
there.
a super squad, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude.
Hey.
But that's what we're doing. That's
Hell
what
yeah.
we're about. And then they'll have the link and
fucking
follow
love
me
it.
and all that
I could
stuff.
only
Hell yeah.
imagine the people involved and stuff like that.
Man, well, I'm definitely
we're
going
trying to
to
make
get
it
Yeah,
big.
buddy, let's
Yeah,
go.
100%.
And
Let's
we
go.
need like our ultimate goal for our Virginia location, which is, obviously if you donate to a secure site, it goes to what it's supposed to go to. But we have a Virginia link and also just a normal link that still travels to us.
Yeah.
So the donation link, too many nonprofits ask for too much money. That's how I feel. And then most of those nonprofits ask for a ton of money, get a ton of money, millions, and then say you get 10 million, and
They use 0.01%.
yeah, so the CEO makes 9.
Yeah.
How's that benefiting the world, right?
Like Goodwill.
Yeah. So they take a lot of the bigger nonprofits, and we're not knocking anybody, but we're just saying our nonprofit, we're not asking for big money. We would love 1,000 people, just 1,000. That's it. We're nationally, wherever in this town, in this state, whoever's listening, 1,000 people to commit to $10 a month.
Yeah.
So that's a lunch or a Starbucks, almost. Maybe a Starbucks and a half every month.
2 Red Bulls.
For 12, 2 Red Bulls or 2 Monsters or whatever.
Yeah.
So $10 a month to commit 1,000 people. That will give us $120,000 a year to change so many lives. Our goal this upcoming year, my goal for just the Roanoke and Virginia area, is I want to give 200 Christmases.
Yeah.
This upcoming Christmas, so we have some time.
Yeah.
We have some ability, but funding has to be there. To pay for for their facilities and for what we're doing with the dads, things like that. I don't get a salary just yet. I'm sure eventually we will. I mean, maybe, you never know. But the ultimate goal is not yet. We want to make sure we're building a good foundation. We want to make sure we're touching the lives that we need to touch out there, and the only way to do that is people to help us. And we don't want to do a ton of government money right off because they regulate a lot.
Yeah.
So if you said, Matt, I'm having a hard time, I can't pay my rent, you've been a part of my program, sometimes the government would change some things and say, oh, you can't use it for this, you can't use it for this.
Yeah.
With us,
You can.
let's go.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, how much you need? Let's go do it.
Yeah.
So, that's the type of difference. So, yeah, man, that's what we want to do. Follow us.
Dude,
like
I
us,
fucking
all that
love it, man.
stuff. Yeah,
Well, man, I appreciate
That's
you
dope.
having us on, man.
Thank you, man.
You like
You
how I
guys,
did that?
Yeah, I did. I appreciate you having me on. You guys are awesome, man, and you guys y'all gonna kill it, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Hey.
Change lives, man.
You do the same, dude. You're fucking killing it.
I think we're gonna do it together, man.
Yeah.
That's all
I
it's
think
about.
so.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah.
We gotta
Yes, sir, y'all. Appreciate you.
Peace.